I think people need to understand when they become a service bureau, and y'all keep saying it, take the tax professional hat off. And that's what I was confused with. So I'm still trying to train people and sell the software, and it's just not working. And it didn't click until literally now. What
Yeah.
I did do, because of that year, I had a big team. My heavy hitters, I turned them into EROs. So I had a meeting with like 6 or 7 of them and said, hey, you guys make a lot of money. I don't want to be in charge of your money no more. This is how you can make your own money. This is how you can make money on the back end during the summertime, yada, yada, yada. Boom.
Welcome to the Service Bureau Accelerator podcast, where we help tax professionals start and scale a successful service bureau.
All right. Welcome to another episode of the Service Bureau Accelerator interview series. I am here with Shaniqua and Ross. Ross, go ahead and kick it off.
For sure. So Shaniqua, thanks for joining us. How you doing?
I'm fine. Yourself?
Not too bad. It's been a long time since we saw each other.
Yes.
like 6 days, 5 days.
Exactly.
Awesome. So if you want to kick things off, Shaniqua, just real quick, maybe just kind of introduce yourself really quickly, share a little bit about how you got started in the tax industry and where you are today, and kind of ultimately what made you kind of become a service bureau with our program, and we'll take it from there.
All right. So my name is Shaniqua. I started off in the tax industry, I'm going to say around 2012. I have a funny story, but we're not even going to get into that because
we can get into the funny story. That's fine if you want.
So I started off in 2012 at Liberty Tax. I had a friend that was like, hey, Liberty Tax is teaching taxes. You want to learn? I'm like, sure. Okay. So we go train literally for 2 weeks. This lady never put us on the schedule. And I'm like beating their phone down trying to get on the schedule. And she just doesn't. And I when I think back on it, I believe tax season has started. So maybe that's why I know what I know now is the reason why. So at this point, I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna say about a week or two later, that same friend was like, hey, this girl is doing taxes. She's charging $100. She just needs your last pay stub. So I'm like, okay. So she's like 50 now, 50 later. So we go to this lady's house. I'm talking about we're lined up on the couch with our last pay stub. And she has this computer, is like literally on a TV dinner stand, if you know what that is, because it's back in the day. And I'm sitting in front of her, and I know I'm smarter than a 5th grader, but I had a kid at the time and my friend didn't. So she got me back like $2,500, but she got my friend back like $3,500. So I'm like, how is that so? And my friend didn't have a kid, nor did she have a job. So I'm just like, we didn't learn that at Liberty. So she used Free Tax USA. I go home. She gives me the login. The lady texts me, hey, did your return get accepted? I'm like, yeah, it did. And she's like, okay, cool. So me just looking at my return, I go back in it and notice that she put me as single and she put my child as my stepchild. So I'm like, I didn't learn that, but if I'm correct, I'm head of household and my child should be my child. So I literally go in Free Tax USA, amend my own taxes, and the IRS owed me $1,900. And from there, I took off. So I started doing taxes. I literally was only charging people $60, and it was bucking on the $60. I'm talking about $60. So, I never went back to that Liberty. I ended up moving to Richmond, Virginia, and I ended up working under a lady at another Liberty here. What she would do is she would do a 12-week training course, and if you took her 12-week training course, you can work for her. So you didn't have to pay for the training course. So it was like, I'm going to take this 12-week training course, and I'm going to work for her. And I might have had maybe like 20, 30 clients. That was it. So I worked for her like 3 seasons back to back, and then I just went on my own. But it wasn't until like 2019, I went from charging $60 to charging $200. It's a flat rate. And then I literally hit rock bottom in 2019. I'm talking about I lost everything but my car. And I was like, my business partner, that's my business partner now, she was my business partner there. I will drive to her office, sit on the floor crying, talking about I don't know what I'm going to do in my life. Like, my life is just in shambles. And she was like, you need to take taxes more serious. Like, you already do them. You need to get your EIN. You need to find out what your P10 is. So I was just like, how do I do that? So literally, I got up. She helped me get my business. She helped me get my EIN. She helped me come up with my business name. We finally was able to log in to find out what my P10 was, because the lady I worked under, if you pass the test at Liberty, she paid for your P10. So I never knew how to log in or how to do any of that. 2019, I ended up working under Miss Tally. She used Drake and I hated it. I hated it because it was so hard and I did not know tax forms. And she would tax me. Well, not tax me. She was like, after I train you, every time you have a question, I'm going to charge you $25. And I got tired of her deducting my pay. So that season went really, really well. So that was like 2020, but we was filing for taxes in 2019. And after that season, I was on social media. I came across somebody that was using Slayer. And I was like, what software is that? She was like, Slayer, I know somebody that can get you the software. And I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't know nothing about an eFin. I didn't know how to get an eFin, how do you apply for one. So I reached out to this young lady. I'm like, I just need software, da 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 da. And she's like, oh, that's not a problem. And I was like, well, I don't know if I can get an eFin or not. I don't know how she did it, but she was able to let me use the software. I was able to transfer on my own. I went from 60 clients to 150 clients that year.
Nice.
Then I ran into another young lady who introduced me to the Airbnb industry, and then we ended up becoming friends, and we used to share stories about the tax industry. And then that's when I learned the back end of the tax industry, about how you apply for software, professional software, not that TurboTax, not that Free Tax USA, but the back end, how you can apply for a bank product, how you can also get advances from the bank product. Like, I knew absolutely nothing about that, any of that. So at that point, I was running the office, and then me and her had a conversation about being a service bureau. And the crazy part is, I still didn't even know what a service bureau is. I went to the NATP with my friend and somebody that is currently in the industry as a service bureau. Back then, before he became who he is now, was like, why don't you guys be a service bureau? They ain't making no noise in Virginia. And I'm like, what is a service bureau? Like, he didn't explain it to us, and I just left it alone. After I worked under this one particular individual, and we talked about being a service bureau, and we had reached out to Slayer and talked to Cody, he was like, oh, you just need 5,000 to become a service bureau. So I'm like, okay. So I saved up the 5K. Now I'm in these Facebook groups because I don't call Slayer, and I'm like, hey, I'm ready to purchase. And they're like, oh, you're under a service bureau, your eFin is locked. But they're not explaining to me the non-compete between the service bureau and them. So I get in a Facebook group, and I'm like, my eFin is locked and I don't understand. And somebody that was with SBA said, hey, I have software for you, $9.97. I said, no, I don't want to be under nobody anymore. I want to be the head honcho. And she said, all right, well, this is where everybody gets software from. Just use my link. So once she gets the link, I was already sold after talking to her. And I don't know if I talked to you, Ross, at this time, because that was 2023 when I signed up. When I
Probably Rick.
Yeah, when I got on the call, I said, send the invoice. Y'all didn't have to explain anything. And I think that's what I loved about you guys too, because it was like, it's not a sales call. You got this link because you know for sure you want to purchase software. There's no convincing you, and you didn't have to convince me. I wanted the software. So I might have had a couple of questions, and after that, it was all she wrote. And I've been with SBA ever since, and can't nobody.
It's also, yeah, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that, because like I think a lot of people kind of like, oh, I'm gonna get on a sales call, and it's gonna be a whole pitch. It's like, no, just go watch the webinar. If it makes sense, and if you're interested, just have a call with us, and just like, we'll just answer some questions that you have, because everyone always has like a couple questions, like, well, how does it work? Like, I'm with this offer currently, blah blah blah. They're worried about their office, which we get, because like pretty much everyone is an ERO as well, but now they're getting into becoming a service bureau, and it's really just let's just answer your questions, make sure this makes sense, and it's something you want to do. If it is, cool. Here's a document. Let's get you set up. Let's get you moving forward.
I think the only question that I had, I was like, I wanted to buy more than one software, and he was like, look, hold on. One software at a time. And I was like, okay, you're right. So I just picked Slayer because I didn't know OLT at the time.
Yeah, that's a very common one. I was like, oh, can I get all of them at once? We're like, like one at a time. Let's baby steps. Let's learn this thing first, because the whole back end is a completely different story, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Cool. So was there anything, had you looked at anything else before? Was like this what, like, I know you mentioned you looked with Slayer. Was there anything else like in those groups, or did you have any other conversations, or was it literally like going from Slayer to not qualifying for it and then getting a link? Was that pretty much it? And your service bureau journey looking for it?
The
Wow. Yeah.
individual
You got lucky then. You got lucky.
so the individual that slid in my inbox, that's my dog. That's my homegirl. Like, so she basically she could be a Rick because I already knew what Rick was gonna say, and I was just like, I just want the software. So she basically gave me the back end, like, this is what you're gonna get incentives for. This is what you get. This is your back end, and I'm like, wait. So the lady I was under is getting that's what she's getting paid, and she was like, yeah.
Do you remember? Do you remember what those fees were that you had before? Like, do you remember what those
Yeah, her
numbers were?
fees wasn't that high though. I think her service bureau fee was like $79, and I don't even remember what her
I mean,
trans was, but the back end wasn't high at all. It
right.
wasn't no
Yeah.
outrageous numbers. So and it really went from, hey, I got software, and I said no, and then she was just like, all right, well, just use my link so I can get my referral fee. And I said,
Yeah.
say yes. And
Done.
that was I had never heard about you guys or nothing. She sold me.
Yeah.
I just looked up who it was that sold you.
Awesome.
She was at the convention too.
So what's been and that was 2023 you said that you signed up? Yeah. Awesome. So what's been what's been like what's the journey been like so far being with SBA, like the experience, the training, all that kind of stuff, being in the community?
Yeah, go ahead, Shaniqua.
Go ahead.
No holds barred, no filter.
So the issue with me is, I think people need to understand when they become a service bureau, and y'all keep saying it, take the tax professional hat off. And that's what I was confused with. So I'm still trying to train people and set a software, and it's just not working. And it didn't click until literally now.
Last week.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
what I did do, because of that year, I had a big team. My heavy hitters, I turned them into EROs. So I had a meeting with like 6 or 7 of them and said, hey, you guys make a lot of money. I don't want to be in charge of your money no more. This is how you can make your own money. This is how you can make money on the back end during the summertime, yada, yada, yada. Boom. Help them get their EFINs, put them in the software and let them rock out. But I was still thinking as a tax professional and just not as a service bureau. And that is the issue. So now it's like, just sell the damn software. Like, forget all that extra training. So now my model is sell only to EROs and train them to how to run their business. Not tax law, not tax education, because you should already know that as an ERO.
Should.
Why should I be teaching you taxes? You should already know that. At this point, I need to train you on how to properly run your business, because clearly I know how to do that because been there, done that. So yeah, the community, I love it. It's like a big family, and that's why I was telling my business partner. After we left, I had texted us. I'm so happy you joined SBA because it's different. It's like we're in these other tax groups. We go to the IRS forum, we go to NTP, and it's a lot of cattiness. It's a lot of shadiness. But when you come to SBA, we're all on the same level. So at this point, we're learning from each other. So, for example, Shantae just ran the ads. Shambrika, what does she do? She actually has an academy. And different things work for different people. So to get together and talk to them and pick their brains without it being no competition is what I love. And everybody gets along, and then we have a good time.
Yeah. And then we have a really good time.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a kind of cool thing. Like I was thinking about that like last week when we were at the convention. I was like, it's kind of crazy how this community has like grown over the years, where we've somehow been able to foster that. Like, and it's kind of like, I don't know if it's because the way that we kind of run this program, where it's like, hey, we're all, like, yeah, we're all competition, but we can still learn and grow together,
Exactly.
right? We can always help each other out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like even people selling service bureaus, like, yeah, we sell service bureaus where you're technically competing with us, but that all good, right? There's plenty of food on the table for everyone to eat. Like, it doesn't matter. We can still support each other to grow. And it's just been really cool seeing that, right? Coming out of the convention where everyone is just like hanging out and talking business and strategizing and sharing ideas. And it's like, we're all working through this together. We're all kind of coming up with the game plan together. So it's really, really cool to see that. I'm really happy with the
Yes,
community.
that's what I was excited about. And then I got to meet people. Like, I met the guys from New York, and I said, hey, I never see you guys on the Zooms. Like, where did you guys come from? And he's like, oh, we
Yeah.
don't have time to do that. We're running tax offices. Like, okay, my bad. Let me mind my business. But I got to meet other people that I would have never met. And they're doing numbers. Everybody's doing numbers. That's what I love about it. It's like, you really can learn, and nobody's gatekeeping. But you got to find what works for you.
Yeah, for sure. So talking about like your strategy now, especially coming out of the convention, right? Obviously, like everyone comes out and it's like, it's kind of cool. We get to do this. We did a lot of these interviews before the convention, and now we're gonna have a bunch more after the convention. So it's gonna be interesting, like the different conversations and stuff that we're having. But so like your game plan now, you're like, all right, fuck it, I'm just going after EROs. Like I'm just selling the damn software. Are you gonna do, like you mentioned, kind of like you're going to help the EROs kind of run their business a little bit better. You want to get, like, we want to break that down a little bit more. Like, are you showing them how to like recruit prepares? Are you kind of doing the preparement development strategy we talked about? Or like, what is that going to kind of look like?
At first, remember we was on that call and I told you I had the reseller program. You was like, that's not a reseller program. But I had to realize I've been trying to find out what it is that works for me.
Mm-hmm.
I had a blueprint and it's like, I don't want that. I do a lot of hand holding and then I get frustrated because I got to hold your hand. And I'm the type, it's two type of people in this world. It's people that are doers and people that need to be told what to do. And I'm a doer, so I need doers around me. So with that being said, EROs, they're doers. I don't get no slack from my EROs. My P10 people have question after question after question after question. It's just like, but did you not pay attention in class? And I feel like we over deliver in the training and you still not getting it. So what I'm going to offer now is to make sure that their business is properly structured. And I'm going to just give you an example. One of my EROs, she had Chime. I'm trying to pay her. And I'm trying to wire you the money. I said, you got to, what is it called? The ABA routing number. I said, can you please provide me with that? And she was like, what is that? And that's when I knew. Now it's time to educate them on the business aspect of their business, because there's no reason why you don't know what that is, and why are you still using Chime?
We run into failed payments for payouts to our service bureau. So like 3 people use Chime and it just failed because they don't have a company account at Chime. They have a personal account, and then it just rejects the ACH.
So, and with me and my business model, y'all have to have a paper trail. Y'all have to file business taxes. So it's like I have to have a paper trail, and I can't keep selling you or going to the bank to take the cash out to put it in your bank account. Like, nobody has time to do that. That's just suicidal to me. That's just going to run you crazy. So I'm like, let me just help my EROs make sure that their business is properly structured, that they know how to recruit preparers as well. Because at first, the model I had was they was resellers and they was bringing the people to me. So I made all the money and then I gave them commission. So it looks like I'm making all this money on paper, when it's really not about that for me. It's really about helping my EROs. So why not change up my model, just help EROs. And then if they do want tax training, I can offer either a white label course that they're going to train their own people. I'm not going to train them. I don't have time to, because the amount of EROs I want, I'm not going to have time to train any tax training. No, and I'm kind of tired of it. I done did it 3 years in a row. I'm tired.
Yeah, make it. I mean, and that's a lot of value as well that you offer to EROs, right? Where it's like, hey, here's a software. Plus, if you need tax law training, if you want to grow your team, grow your prepares, and I think that's a good focus, right? It's like that's the whole thing, right? With the service bureau model, when it really finally clicks, you're like, oh, this is how I can just really grow and scale without having to pour as much. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Cool. So a couple other questions I always like to ask. The training, right? You've been in SBA for a few years, so you've seen kind of like the new iterations, like over the last couple of years. We had like the 7-day launch and everything that we rolled out. Do you want to share kind of your experience with our training platform, going through our training, jumping on our coaching calls and things like that?
Until it just clicked, I didn't get it. So now I'm rewatching the videos like, this is what they've been talking about. If I could show you my book of notes, I'm done with foundations. I'm on a 7-day launch now, and it's like, bro, this is all they've been trying to tell us to sell the damn software. So now
So
it's
it's
making
now you're going through it all over again.
exactly
Yeah.
because I still had the tax professional hat on. So
Yeah.
I'm
We
in
should
it.
actually add a training video about removing the tax preparer hat, and
I was
because we
just
talk about
thinking,
that concept all the
yeah.
time.
Because
Yeah.
for the ones who come in as tax professionals, it's gonna be it's a hard transition.
It's yeah. I had that conversation with like so many people at the convention as well last week, where they're just like, where with so many people, exactly like you, where they're just like, it just finally clicked. Like, I finally get it. Like, I need to think as a service bureau. I need to sell software to EROs. I need to stop trying to like think that being a service bureau is growing my tax business, because it's not. It's completely different. So yeah, that was I heard that many times at the convention, which is
Don't come up to
awesome
us
to hear.
with tax software questions and
Yeah. There was
problems.
what was
Like,
what was your comment? I think it was like at the first convention or something, balls, where you made that comment. You're
Yeah.
like, stop coming to us with your ERO problems. Like, you're a service bureau. Be a service bureau. We got
brought that
different
back.
problems.
I should have brought that
Now
one
that I
back.
started the 7-day launch, my business partner, she's still watching foundations, and I had to tell her too. I said, I get that we're business partners. I said it didn't make any sense to go in our Nitro together and start watching the videos when I have actually my own videos for my own Nitro. When you actually have to watch the videos. So I was like, where you at in foundations? Because then we could start the 7-day launch together. And she was like, oh, it's like, isn't it like 3 parts of foundation? I said, hell yeah, what part you want? She said the second part. I said, oh, I'm about to finish this 7-day launch. I'll see you in a week or two. But I'm ready to execute. Y'all lit the fire under my behind. And it just also hearing it from the other young ladies and men that's a part of SBA and what worked for them. And I've always wanted to run ads. I just didn't know what to. And the whole time we have it. I mean, you gave us the blueprint. So it's like, and I'm the type, give me the blueprint. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So give me the blueprint. I follow it step by step, and let me tweak a little bit that's pertaining to me, and I'll be good.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting on that email back to tell me.
Awesome. Yeah, it's
been sitting
cool.
there. It's been sitting there.
It's cool hearing from other members too, right? Like, that's what I always love doing, the top producer panel. This actually happened, I think it was the first year that we did our convention.
Mhm.
And like, everything that we talked about on like the first day, we then had like the top producer panel go up, and they were literally like repeating verbatim, like exact same words basically that I had just said the previous day. They were like repeating the exact same things. I remember just standing on stage, just like, like, look, like, they're doing it, right? This is the proof in the pudding, right? And I think sometimes it's just that people just need to hear it from their peers and hear it from people who are at the same level as them. They're like, oh, I'm going through the same program, and then it just kind of clicks. They hear it differently or whatever it is. So yeah, it's always cool.
People get tired of hearing us say the same shit, so we just got to have other people.
It just makes more sense, because even when we was on a call a week ago and I was trying to explain to you
The resellers, yeah,
program
I
was
remember,
doing,
yeah.
and you was like, well, that's not a reseller. And I'm like, well, my mentor at the time, that's what he was calling it. And you was just like, no, that's not a reseller. And I'm just like, and then I had to take a step back, and I'm like, well, am I really helping them? Because they're still just bringing people to me when the goal is to help them grow so I can get more bank products. Why not help me grow, help them grow, and then I'm gonna get more funded bank products. The goal is to sell the damn software, and which I say, one bank product equals one bank product.
Yeah. Hey, that was our top secret formula for the
Right.
Top
So
secret. Now it's public for the millions watching at home.
Yeah. But no, it's funny how like when I was making that slide too, I'm just like, I knew it was gonna hit well, because just like it's that different. It's like one bank product equals what, like, let's just focus on bank products. Like, that's it. We just need to focus on that, right? It's so simple and just so clear where it's like, okay, I get it. So I'm glad you brought that up too.
that I came up with 4 packages, and one of them is software with no bank products and just software with a bank product, because that does make a difference. Because you got some people, like I have one ERO, she doesn't use bank products. I think she might have used 10.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, her clients pay up front. So now
So you're just charging more for that?
yes. and then it's going to be a
Do not.
renewal.
Yeah, at a certain point in time, like that's nice to have. At a certain point in time, though, you're going to start to realize where it's like it's not that person's like that ERO is not even worth it for your business, honestly, unless you're charging like a lot for the license. But at realistically, at the end of the day, and this is going to happen like in a year or two from now, when your numbers like really start to grow over the next couple of years. The people that you talk to, who I don't know if you remember that on the stage, but we're talking about that, like, oh, how many bank products do you? I don't do any bank products. Click, like, cool. So right now, I get it. If you're like, hey, well, I can make a sale, I can get some money in the bank. It helps, right? It helps you reinvest in your business, marketing, running ads, hiring team members. But at a certain point in time, it's like you're going to start to kind of filter those people out, because it's just, at the end of the day, it's just not going to be worth the time. Because
your lifetime value, when we get to that stuff in the lead, like your actual lifetime value on that client versus somebody else, and time spent with that client versus what you could spend on other things, it'll start to not make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's a problem for another year.
Exactly.
So I talk to my EROs. I was like, Meg, this don't got nothing to do with you. You don't use bank products, girl.
or show them how to.
Right, but
get them using more bank products.
Everybody has their clientele base, and
exactly.
I know for a fact certain clients. I have one client. When he was like, "So what's the additional fees?" And I broke it down. He said, "Oh, I can pay you right now." I said, "Oh, I can send an invoice." And every year he come in my office and he pays the invoice.
Mm-hmm.
But some people are just like that. They don't want to have them additional fees. But my personal office, I make my back end low because I don't want my clients to be paying all that. So
yeah.
But my goal is to go full blown selling the software. I don't even want to do taxes no more. And if I do, I've kind of done signed up to do government contracting. So
right.
I don't want to deal with the people anymore. I just rather help people figure out their business and get it started up.
Yep, that's the game plan. Shift away from that, right? Then you can kind of like relax a little bit in the tax season.
Because
I say that, but then the bigger your service bureau is, the more support you have right at the beginning of the tax season. So you still have to support them.
When I did the numbers, and I just did it on a low scale, I'm like, I could be a millionaire in 4 months every tax season for just selling the software. Just selling the software and making sure that they're using a bank product. And not have to deal with a tax client.
Sign me up, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm already here.
I've been doing this all wrong.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it gave you the clarity, right? Where you're just like, okay.
Is this your first convention, Shaniqua?
No, it's my second.
It's the second, right?
So
okay.
When I joined SBA, y'all just had the first convention. I had just missed y'all. I think I joined in like June.
Michelle missed it.
Yep. And then when you guys did last year's, I came and we had to figure that out. But I came to that and I loved it. And I was just like, I had brought my boy. I was like, yes, you could come see me get my award. And then I went back and read that we couldn't bring no family or friends or significant others or spouses. I said, dang.
Yeah, that's something we're looking at for next year because we'll have a bigger venue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, and the food was good too. That macaroni and cheese was real good. Yeah.
At this last one last week, really? I thought it was okay, but I compared it to the macaroni and cheese last year's convention. I don't remember at the awards, the cheese pull on that thing was insane. I don't know. I thought we had.
I don't know that bread pudding though. No, the bread pudding.
Bread pudding was good. Yeah.
Bread pudding because we came down so late. We were sitting in the back with staff.
I had my dessert plate. I had the bread pudding and they had the red velvet. And I was just going like bite for bite, back and forth. It was too good.
Catered from the hotel.
Yeah, you have to when you rent spaces like that. You have to use the hotels.
That's where they make the money. Like on the food and beverages, like that's where they generate revenue. Like the room booking is not even that much. It's the food and beverage. That's where they
got you. Yeah. Well, if I choose hotels, the embassy food is always good, especially their breakfast.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Like I honestly thought it was solid for for all the extra stuff and like the happy hour
was better. We had like the little barbecue sliders, little burgers.
Yeah, they had the stations. Yeah, they had the stations.
Yeah, we had the full stations.
What made y'all change it up and have a only funded after party? Last year I had like a mix and mingle, and we didn't get rowdy like we did this year.
I think it was the well, the order of it, right? The first night is when we did like the it was an only funded after party, but it was kind of like more of like a mix and mingle. It wasn't like a rowdy party. I think also the venue spacing was a little different, right?
Well, also keep in mind that last year we had a 3-day. The third day was a workshop for everybody, so we knew that that's why we did the awards the second night, because we knew everyone was still going to be there for the award for the next day, because we had the third day being elite only day. We were like, all right, well, let's move the awards to the first night in case people want to end up leave. The second night we'll still do the party for people who are still here, but not everyone will stay here, right? They may leave Wednesday night instead of Thursday morning, right? But it turns out a lot of people did stay. Yeah. Anyway.
Even Friday.
Yeah. No, a lot of people do.
Well, yeah, a lot of people did. Yeah, we're even thinking, third day. Yeah. Anyways, we just had our convention wrap up earlier today, so there's a lot of ideas for next year. But
it was good. A Letterman jacket was an idea that came up, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was that your idea? Yeah, it was. There's gonna be a lot of stuff. I don't know. The only funny party like that, just like
we just made it.
That was huge. I don't know why it hit different last year. Maybe it was just the order, right? It's like the award ceremony first. Everyone does that, and then it's like, all right, we wrapped like the main thing. Like now, we can kind of let loose, and everyone just had a lot of fun.
Everybody was getting a feel for each other last year, because we went out to the club, but it was like 8 of us that went out last year.
Right.
This year,
you guys had like 30. The SBA forever.
In the club, and we went to the same club.
Yeah, it looked like a good party.
And then remember last year, a lot of people who were there, the original dates. Remember the hurricane?
Yep.
So, the New York guy, Greg. I don't know. I keep calling them the New York guys because they're from New York. I said, you wasn't here last year. He said, man, I came the first time, but when they changed the dates, I didn't come back. So I'm like, wow, I probably would have met those individuals last year, but
because of the hurricane, sorry, go ahead, Pauls.
There was a lot of people that didn't come for the second dates.
Right.
Yeah. We had like 65% of people actually show up the second date. So it was unfortunate, but I mean, I'm glad we didn't have a hurricane this year, and hopefully, knock on wood, no more hurricanes in the future. So wrapping up, Shaniqua, I got a couple more questions just on the program and everything, and then we can both people have a question for you at the very end. But one thing we always like to ask everyone too is like support with SBA. Like what if you want to just talk about like what's been your experience with support when maybe you need an EFIN unlocked, or there's somebody with banking and you need to kind of reach out to us, like our support ticketing platform that we have, right? What's been your experience with that, using the support platform?
I'm talking about Pronto. I put a ticket in. The only thing I don't like is if I don't respond back. So let's just say y'all answer my question. Rick will respond back and say, all right, he fix X, Y, and Z. And if I don't say, okay, thank you, or just respond, hey, you have to respond.
Hey, did you get this message? Did you receive? Yeah.
Oh, Pronto, y'all don't play no games. I know I put a ticket in over the weekend, so I didn't expect to hear back, but top thing Monday morning. Hey, we got your ticket. We're on the process of upgrading your nitro. Here's the link. Please fill this link out. So I was like, I already filled the link out over the weekend. They was like, okay, we received it. Just be on the lookout for an email saying that we have upgraded your nitro. You guys, y'all have that down to a T. That's why I keep asking y'all for your ticket system. Or can y'all offer a build out for a fee?
Mm-hmm.
Like whoever built you guys is out. And I'm not trying to be an SBA. Like, I'm just trying to get my little coins. And I know y'all have to think like, oh, they could potentially be bigger than me and they're going to be my competition. But in all actuality, we're all each other's competition, to be honest. But I'm not trying to be an SBA. I'm just trying to be GFS Tax Pro with my little bit of EROs. But I just know that a ticket system works. You need that, especially when you're growing, because I do everything myself. So imagine if I have 100 EROs. That means 100 people asking me a question, or asking me having all these issues and I have to fix them. No, I can't do it. So I'm like, their ticket system is A1. Like, they have certain individuals assigned to different tickets. So therefore, if the ball is dropped, they know who to blame. It's not, well, why didn't this ticket get answered? No, that was your job. You were supposed to be on top of it. So I just love the ticket system, and I really want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's sorry. Go ahead, Balls. You can answer.
There is something coming. Dawn from OLT did announce that we've been asking for them to develop a bare minimum one for us that they, based on like the one that they have in OLT. I'm like, hey, can you pull all this other shit out? We don't need it. This is what our service bureaus need. And it will be open. I don't know the pricing yet, but it is something that will launch hopefully this year to everybody in SBA, not just people with OLT.
Yeah.
And the version 2 of that would be, hey, this ticket came in from my ERO and you need to escalate it to us, push a button to escalate it to us, right? That would be version 2 of it. So that way it's integrated with ours. The reason why we can't like build you ours is it's an enterprise solution, right? Most people aren't going to spend a couple of $1,000 a year on it. You know what I mean?
And it's a lot of development work. Like, it's not like it's always there. We're always like tweaking. Like, Ryan and Sebastian are always working on it. So like it's amazing. It's amazing platform, but it's like there's a cost to it. Like it's a lot of work. So
that is what I love that you guys do as well. Is y'all put the ball back in our court. So if we're in the group, I don't know who's in charge of the Facebook group, but they always approve a message, and I'm asking a question, and one of you get on that post and say, well, Shaniqua, it looks like you didn't watch the video. Go back and watch the video. And it's not like you're saying it in a nasty way, but that put the ball back in my court, because if I watched the video, guess what? I would not be asking a question, because if I watched the video, my question would be answered. So I love that you guys stand on business with that, and y'all stern. Go watch the video.
It's the reason. Well, just like you said, like when you have 100 EROs, there's only so much you can do. Well, when we have 1,000 SBA members, it's like I can't, like, as much as I want to, right? That's the thing. Like, as much as we want to, and you know how much we pour into everyone, we're willing to give our time to anyone who's doing the work. But when there's a certain question that comes up, it's like, well, we got this video. Like the reason why we recorded this video is that I don't have to tell you 1,000 times. You just go watch this. It's right there, right? So that's why. And obviously, as our training keeps growing and growing, there's like more and more shit in there. It's for sure there's going to be stuff that you miss every now and then, but that's why we've got it. It's like, yeah, it's right here. Boom, go watch it. Open it. If you got any questions on it, open a ticket, reach out, right? We'll clear it up. So yeah, it's great. It's great to have that, and just having that library of information that just kind of like keeps growing over the years, where whatever you need, it's like, oh, we got a video for that. Here's the link. Go check out the video.
I'm really big on that too, because it's like the videos, you know how many times I have OLT tab video open, then I'm in OLT.
And then training, yeah.
I know Slayer like the back of my hand. OLT is a struggle. Like, I asked a question the other day about, because I did what you guys said. So somebody was in one of the groups asking a question about software. All them people asking her questions, I hit the friend request button. That lady was in my inbox saying, hey, what's your software? So I just started asking questions like, hey, what are you used to? What software do you currently use? She couldn't tell me that. So I said, look, I offer OLT, I offer Slayer for this price. Would you like a demo? Now, the only thing that confuses, I thought we had to literally set them up in OLT before we give the demo. So I asked that question, and Jasmine was like, girl, just send them the link. They set up their own stuff. And then somebody else followed up and said, and if they decide to move forward, you take that same information and turn them into an active office. And I said, okay, OLT, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to go make another one.
That process is slick. Yeah, it's good how they do that. Yeah. One thing I'm just gonna throw it out there though, as a little strategy though. Instead of this is what I highly recommend, right? Instead of sending someone the link, like, you can always do that, right? You can send them the link, but get on a call with them and like demo it with them, walk them through the software. Or like think of it like this, right? Think of like first time you logged into Tax Nitro. You're like, what the shit am I looking at? Like, what are all these things? You don't know what you're looking at. So you're clicking through and like, you don't know where to start. it's the user experience isn't that great. But if you get on the phone with them and you do a demo, or even better, you could even like record a video of you doing a like first time login, how do you navigate the software demo, right? You could send them that like, hey, here's a login, watch this video. It's going to walk you through the software, right? Or do it on the phone with them to begin with. And then you can learn more about like how are they, like what software they used to, how are they used to using the software, and then you can showcase it so that they see how to use the software as they would typically use it, and it's just a better experience. There's something like it gives them more ownership of the software immediately when you're kind of walking them through it. I learned that in the gym. Yeah, when I was working, I worked at a gym like years ago, and a new owner came in. He bought up the gym, and he was like just drilling us on sales stuff. He's like, get them on a piece of equipment. It gives them ownership of it. It's like they're in there using it. If you send it to them and just like good luck on your own, and they don't know how to use it, they're not gonna play around with it, right?
Follow up with her and say, hey, did you demo?
Did you do it? Did you demo it? Let's jump on a call. Let me walk you through it.
Okay. So when you say demo with them, am I gonna send her like a Zoom link or?
Yeah, just do a Zoom. Just do a screen share. Hey, let's jump on Zoom. I'll demo the software for you. You share your screen and you walk them through it. How would you do this? Oh, this is how you go through there. And just do it 5-10 minutes, just kind of show them the software. Because then that gives you the opportunity to not only
ask them the other discovery questions too.
Exactly. You can do a discovery. You can offer so much more value on that conversation, where now it's like instead of just like, hey, do you want to buy my stuff? It's like, hey, let me provide you value. Let me actually show you that the water over here is warm. You know, like this is where you want to be. I can help you out. And then now it's no longer really like a purchase thing. It's just like, hey, how do I get it? They're going to be asking you like, hey, how do I get this from you? I like work, like that was great. Like I learned so much. You're demonstrating value, right? So it's a totally different conversation versus like DMs and like, here, go get a link, and then, hey, do you want to buy?
Well, that's
right.
like the first time that had happened to me, and I was like, oh, this is how it works. But so many people ask anonymously, and that blows me in those groups. So I try to stay out of them because it's just so messy.
They are. That's the arenas.
Question, or maybe I can ask this after. Ever since I left the convention, all I see is SBA ads. And the way
our ads?
I see them every day now.
Well, don't click them because that costs us money.
Really?
No, you can click them. It doesn't matter.
Click so.
Yeah. What's this?
On one, because
I don't know.
Your ad pops up and then it asks the person questions and then it leads them. We have that too.
Yeah, so it's where we're running lead ads.
Which ad are you talking about? Oh, yeah.
Depending on what you're looking at, but if it's a lead ad, yeah.
So it's a lead ad, and then it says, are you an ERO? Are you a tax professional? Like, it's asking the questions, and then it leads them to another set of questions, and then it says, well, hop on a webinar, and it has them put their information on. Yeah. That is dope.
Yeah, the qualifying, I think Jamie added those in on like the lead ad, right? I think you can add questions on it.
You can do whatever you want. Yeah. But that's literally the same setup we show you guys how to do.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference in ours, a bit more advanced, is the webinar stuff, and there's a lot more integration, but you don't need to do that right now.
Yeah, I was doing webinars, and I just felt like
do the two call like we talked about at the convention. Just get on the phone call first and just have a normal conversation. It just completely removes that like that sales anticipation or like, you know, nervousness. Is like, just get on a call with them and just have a conversation and see if there's something there. From there, it's like, okay, cool. Now I see there's something there. There's all these problems. This is what they're struggling with. Here's all my solutions that I can show you. Yeah, exactly. And that's what sales is. It's like just helping someone like make the right decision, whether it's your product or something else. If it's your product, cool. Now you just got to help them overcome any objections that they might have. That's it. Yeah, straightforward. So last question for you, Shaniqua. If someone is looking at joining Service Bureau Accelerator, right? They're seeing all of our all the posts in the groups. They're seeing all the awards ceremonies and everything. They're seeing our ads like you are. What would you say to someone who's looking at joining the SBA program?
I guess depending on the situation, but I'll be like, girl, come on over here. It's fun over here, girl. You're going to have a time. And I'm just going to probably put emphasis on the support, because a lot of people don't get that. They don't get that support. And the fact that you guys really pour into us every day, every week with trainings. Nobody else is really doing that. The only thing I don't like is the call is in the middle of the day at 4:00.
Yeah, well, that's when I'm working. So,
and that, I love SBA. Like I keep saying, can't nobody ever make me hate y'all or leave y'all. So
Awesome. Appreciate it.
I love
Love
what
it.
I really love about you guys is the support. Y'all are down to earth. It's you two and y'all have a team. And it's like you guys, I really relate before I really started talking to you, Rose. I relate to Ball Deep because I talk like Ball Deep. I cuss. This is just what you're gonna get. So
I swear more. You saw me on the Elite Day. I swear a lot more.
but no, I'm not. I'm just saying when some people who can't switch characters and this is just who they are. I relate to Ball Deep. Like I'm the type of person too. Don't sugarcoat nothing for me. Like tell me that I'm fucking up. Tell me what it is. Like when the whole situation when y'all was trying to figure out Ball Deep hit my inbox like, what is your number? And as soon as he got on the phone, he's like, what the hell is going on? And I was like, well, just get straight to the point. But I could just relate to him because he cusses and he's just straightforward. And it's just like, sort of fucking software. I think that's what he really wants to say, but he can't say it. But other than that, it's a family over here. Like, you gonna meet your cousin and we're gonna have a time. And we're gonna network and we're not gonna gatekeep.
Yeah. And we're gonna party.
Well, y'all don't party with us. Y'all need to party with us.
We have plans. We have plans for that too. There's a lot of good feedback at the convention. There's a lot of good ideas. We're like, yeah, we should do that. We should do more of that stuff. So that's the other thing too, right? Is like as much time and energy it takes for us to put on these conventions, right? Like it's a lot. It's a lot of work. But the benefit that it gives you guys is like why we do it. It's like we don't do it for ourselves. Like we do it for
we don't make
you
money
guys.
on it, I'll tell you that.
We're not making money on it. We're doing it for you guys, and it's like that's the reason why. Like honestly, coming into the convention this year, like I was like, fuck, I really don't want to do another one next. Like I was like not wanting to do one, and then afterwards being there, I'm like, okay, yeah, we gotta like. It's not a question anymore. You know, it's like 100%. We're doing another one.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, we've got plans to mitigate that. But and we've got plans. Yeah.
Ourselves?
Yeah.
So y'all don't hire like an event planner? No,
then we'd really fucking lose money at it. We would lose a lot more money if we had an event planner. We do it all ourselves. Yeah.
Well, that's dope. Y'all do an awesome job. Because who does the balloons? Because this is top tier.
That's Nancy. Nancy does
all.
all.
Oh, that's what Nancy does. Shout out to Nancy.
Yeah. She kills it. Cool. So that's all the questions that I have for you. I think Baldeep, you got one last question, then we'll wrap up this call.
One more. So, Shaniqua, for the millions watching at home, somebody's saying that watching this and they're like, you know what? I like Shaniqua. I want to work with her. How do they get in touch with you?
GFS Tax Pro or Instagram at GFS_TaxPro.com. Well, no, GFS_TaxPro.
Awesome.
GFS_TaxPro. Perfect. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for being here. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.